Israeli officials are visiting the White House today for informal meetings with National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan. This comes after the White House canceled a meeting with Israeli officials to discuss Iran. White House sources tell ABC News the Biden administration is angry and frustrated after Prime Minister Netanyahu accused the U.S. of withholding weapons from Israel. Now we're learning that Netanyahu was reportedly warned against making that video criticizing the U.S. Senior White House correspondent Selina Wang joins me now, along with foreign correspondent Soufi Burridge in Tel Aviv, Israel, for more on this. Selina, how important is this meeting today, and what more do we know about what Sullivan and these Israeli officials plan to discuss?
Yeah, Diane, well, we know these are more informal meetings. These are with top Netanyahu aides, top Israeli officials. They're meeting with National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan at the White House today. We also know that there was supposed to be a high-level formal meeting today with top Israeli officials and their U.S. counterparts at the White House today, but that was canceled. It was canceled over this latest spat that started after Netanyahu released that video accusing the U.S. of withholding weapons from Israel. The White House strongly disputing that, saying it's false, that weapons are still going to Israel as normal, as expected, except for that one shipment of 2,000-pound bombs. Sources here at the White House tell me that they're angry and frustrated with Netanyahu. Some are even telling me that his actions are beyond the pale. Now, all of this really shows how the Biden administration's patience with Netanyahu is running very thin, but the dialogue is continuing. You have the meetings today. Lloyd Austin is also expected to meet with Israel's defense minister in the coming days. And Netanyahu, of course, also planning to come to Washington next month and give a speech in front of Congress.
Tom, Israeli media says several Israeli officials told Netanyahu not to make this video where he criticized the U.S. and accused the U.S. of withholding weapons. So why did he go ahead with it, and how are people in Israel reacting to all of this?
Well, look, Prime Minister Netanyahu, who's been in the political game for a long time, and in his autobiography, he actually speaks kind of proudly about how he has, dabbled in American politics sometimes, changed American public opinion to Israel's national interests. So I don't think this play by Netanyahu is atypical. I mean, look, his critics here are using it to attack him. Benny Gantz, who left the war cabinet just over a week ago, is saying that it is not in Israel's strategic interests and it is being done for political reasons. Netanyahu is under a lot of political pressure. He's in this fairly fragile political alliance with hard right parties. There are controversial issues like whether or not Orthodox Jews should be compelled to fight in the military, do national service. These type of issues are being kind of played out within that coalition, and he's under pressure about his relationship with the Biden administration and, of course, the war in Gaza, which drags on.
And, Selina, how could this tension between the U.S. and Israel impact that war in Gaza, especially with concerns of a wider conflict?
Yeah, Diane, I mean, at a time when Israel is facing these increasing threats from Hezbollah, it's not helpful for Israel to have that video and show these increasing tensions with their main ally. The U.S. is deeply concerned about these escalating tensions between Lebanon and Israel. The White House even dispatched a top Biden aide to the region to try and prevent this from escalating into an all-out war. The U.S. is trying to push for diplomatic solutions as the entire region is on edge. As Tom said, the war in Gaza continues to rage, and Hezbollah is very different from Hamas and Gaza. Hezbollah is better armed, they're more well-funded, better equipped. So there are very deep concerns here about how any miscalculation there could turn into deeper conflict.
Selina Wang, Soufi Burridge, thank you both.